destroy my world!
Alright, what is going on, everybody? Today we have a very special day today because today is the day that they finally revealed the new season, Season 8, Sins of Alchemax. This is really exciting because if you haven't seen it, they basically, they showed Cyclops, they showed Devil Dinosaur. Devil Dinosaur is a Vanguard, and he's going to be the first character to come out on Friday. So that's going to be pretty exciting. It seems like Moon Girl is going to be somewhat part of Devil Dinosaur. I know a lot of people have been asking, like, you know, it's pretty clear that Devil Dinosaur is going to be the main headliner of this season. However, where is Moon Girl? So it seems like Moon Girl is going to be part of the story now. I'm not really too caught up on the Marvel Rivals story lore or whatever. Like, I kind of follow it a little bit here and there, but not so much as like in the major details. I just know that like at some point Cyclops got pulled into the fucking time stream entanglement and whatnot, and as you can see in the screen, like Moon Girl is here, so she's clearly here, right? So, and then Cyclops is just, bro, look at this animation, bro. This is just ridiculously insane. And then of course we got Devil Dinosaur. This is really exciting because this is a character that is not a humanoid type character, right? This is very much an actual dinosaur for all intents and purposes. So yeah, this is really crazy that we actually got a huge freaking dinosaur as a character. Of course, a character that massive is only right for him to be a Vanguard, and we don't know exactly what Cyclops is going to be, but it seems like he will probably be a DPS. I kind of hope he is not a DPS, whether he be a tank or a support. I honestly would be really much down for him to be any of those two except for DPS, but it seems like he probably will be a DPS, like, unfortunately, I do have to say. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So we got Devil Dinosaur. He is pretty much Godzilla. He can shoot fire out of his mouth and he chomps you. He can actually grab you and you can take enemies wherever you want. Let me actually pull up his gameplay real quick. Alright, so I pulled up his gameplay, and here it is, Ignite the Battle. So here is Vanguard Devil Dinosaur. Alright, so as I'm talking, you guys can check that out, right? This is pretty cool. Yeah, he just chomps, and chomps. He has 4 regular abilities. One of them is this Godzilla Blast. He has a jump. I don't know if it works like Thing, where you can only jump towards enemies. Yeah, like right there, he jumped towards an enemy. But I don't know if you can just jump freely or it has to be on an enemy, right? And then right there, as you can see, he grabbed Thor and then you just take him wherever. It's just a better Wolverine ability in my opinion, right? I believe he has 850 health, right? I think I just saw that correctly. 850 health, and he gets a lot of shields. He can shoot fire, plasma, or whatever out of his mouth. That's really, really awesome. And then that's his ultimate right there. He just goes on a rampage, right? It's basically a Hulk ult where you just get shields and you're doing AoE damage over time, and I think he causes bleeding as well. Yeah, so they did mention bleeding. Also, you guys can't hear it here. Let me maybe if yeah, so basically the character that talks for Devil Dinosaur, because obviously Devil Dinosaur doesn't talk, the one that's doing the talking is Moon Girl. So even though Moon Girl is not part of Devil Dinosaur's like you know, actual gameplay, right? It's just Devil Dinosaur, not Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. The one that is doing the talking is Moon Girl right here. So Moon Girl looks pretty cool, and she got kidnapped. Same with a Cyclops. Cyclops got imprisoned as well. Cyclops trying to protect Moon Girl. They kind of both got kidnapped or imprisoned or whatever. And I'm assuming that Devil Dinosaur is going to come in, save Moon Girl and Cyclops, and then Cyclops is going to help like each other. You know, all 3 of them are going to help each other get out of whatever this new map is. And that's another thing. We got this new Alchemax map, which is pretty cool. So it seems like it's gonna be more of a nighttime They don't show it here, but I think, see. So in the trailer, right? So yeah, in the trailers you can see like it's more rainy, dark, you know, just apocalyptic ruins city, right? So it's gonna be pretty cool. I hope it's a pretty cool map. Just the fact that we're getting new maps in general is really good, so I am grateful for that. And so, you know, I pretty much talked a lot about that. There's a lot of stuff here as well, like new accessories. You got Moon Girl, you got Widow, you got some Black Cat, I believe, as well. College student perks. I mean, if you're in college, you get some pretty cool skins as well. Also, let's see, what else do we got here? We got some, oh yeah, the team up. This is basically, this Punisher Primal Punishment team up is gonna be pretty cool because it's pretty much like the Rocket and Groot and Jeff and Groot team up, where you can just jump on top of a Devil Dinosaur and you can just like get damage reduction and you can use your primary fire. It's gonna be pretty fun. But I wouldn't consider this anything more than just a fun ability. I wouldn't really consider it like a meta type ability, right? Where you can just like ride. I mean, look at this. This is pretty fun, right? This looks pretty fun. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. It's just pretty fun. That's about it. So you get damage reduction and some of the damage gets redirected to Devil Dinosaur. So, and then I don't know if you can only use your AR. I don't think you can use your shotgun, but you can use your smoke screen. So that's that. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool. Not bad. It's really fun. That's about it. So yeah, Devil Dinosaur, he's a Vanguard. Cyclops, we have no idea. We are getting, by the way, the new map on the 28th, which is a Thursday. So 2 weeks from now, right? 2 weeks and a half from now, we're gonna get the new map, which is the 28th, which is a Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. Emma buff, yeah, we got an Emma Frost buff. As a matter of fact, let me pull up the patch notes real quick and we'll cover it swiftly here. All right, so actually before I cover the patch notes, I do want to say that they did just drop this right here. So this is a new skin for Deadpool, which is a Monster King Deadpool. He's got the crown. It's literally just his regular default, but he's got the king's robe, he got the king's like glove, the cape, and the crown. And then we got a Devil Dinosaur. It looks like a mech. Oh no, he's not a mech. He just has armor. So that's pretty cool. And then boom, Hulk skin. Finally. Oh my god, we finally got a Hulk skin. It's the Hulk Infinity Hulk from Marvel Zombies. That boy naked. Yeah, he is naked. So, and bald. So that's just awesome. I just finally got a Hulk skin. Oh my god, how long has it been, bro? Yeah, so big W, big ups to that. And yeah, just pretty cool overall. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the patch notes. It's actually not a lot. There's not a lot, surprisingly, which if you guys have been watching my other videos, the only thing I honestly wanted from this is for them to change the tenacity, to adjust it so it doesn't affect Rogue and Thing as much. And then I wanted Daredevil to get nerfed overall, Cloak and Dagger to get nerfed overall, Gambit ult specifically to get nerfed, and I wanted a Blade / Widow to get buffed. That's it. That's, in my opinion, all they kind of need to do to really make this a fantastic 9 out of 10 like balance post. But I did pre-read this, and unfortunately I gotta say it's kind of dookie. It's pretty bad. It's not that good. It's not bad in the sense that it's gonna ruin the game. It's bad in the sense that we didn't get what we wanted, right? What most people wanted, which is like a Wanda buff, you know, flyer buffs, you know, Daredevil nerfs, stuff like that, Gambit nerfs, stuff like that. We didn't get any of that, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and let's just read quickly what we got here. So Deadpool, basically, they nerfed the healing when you ult with his gun. They slashed it in half. So it went from 15 health a second to 25 health a second. And his gun did get nerfed by 2 points, which we gotta wait and see how that feels. But I mean, yeah, they officially killed off Deadpool. I mean, he's not dead, he's still really good, but you know, like they nerfed his attack speed by like, I believe like 40%, and and now they're nerfing his gun damage overall both the standard and the upgraded variants. So that's that, unfortunately. But I guess people were still using Deadpool even though they nerfed his attack speed. So there's that. Emma Frost, the telepathic pulse fall off now begins at 4 seconds, was 3 seconds after not hitting an enemy. Basically, you're like this is your when you're fully charged on your basic attack, your range attack. Now you can wait up to 4 seconds until it starts to drop off. So just 1 second extra. Reduced Mind Aegis reposition cooldown. I believe this is the shield. You can reposition the shield much quicker, which is pretty good. And then they give her a 5% extra damage reduction when you're in diamond form, and also your ultimate ability. When you're casting your ult, you also get 25% damage reduction. So that's pretty good. Thing got a 50 health, flat health. Okay, that's decent. Now this is pretty okay, so this right here is pretty decent. The Iron Fist buff. It's not a lot, but it is noticeable if you play this character quite a bit. So basically, Jeet Kune Do hits now reduce the cooldown of Dragon's defense by 1.2 seconds and went from 1 second to 1.2, and then increases Kunlun kicks first strike damage from 35 to 4. So yeah, just more damage on that front. Pretty good. Again, very minor for a lot of these like changes. A lot of these changes are very minor, except for maybe like Emma, and then the Deadpool nerf is pretty significant in my opinion. Iron Fist is gonna be pretty good, pretty decent, not that crazy, but still pretty good nonetheless. Mr. Fantastic, okay, so they increased his punch damage from 65 to 70, so he does more damage. They removed the movement speed penalty when you're in your what is it, flexible elongation. Is that the pancake, or is that the pancake, or is that the Giga Chad form? Hold on, where is it? So let me see which one. Flexible elongation. Wait, what? What is this? Gains a shield. Select a target and dash towards them, dealing damage to enemies or granting a shield to allies. Oh, wait. So elongation. Remove movement speed reduction effect. Oh, this is the debuff you do to enemies. Okay. So because when you hump somebody, you make them slow, but no longer does that, so that's a nerf. But they made it to where the charge time for each use has been reduced from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. So they buffed the cooldown, but they got rid of the slow effect. So alright, I don't think Mr. Fantastic needs nothing but buffs in my opinion. So this is, I mean, okay, sure, whatever. Reduce the energy cost of Brainiac Bounce ultimate ability from 3400 to 3100. So pretty decent, not too crazy. So yeah, his damage went up, his cooldowns got buffed, and his ultimate, you'll be able to get it a little bit faster. So okay. And then Moon Knight, so his hook went from 15 seconds to 12 seconds, so pretty decent. You'll be able to get away much more often. Phoenix, this is probably the most impactful out of all of these changes. Basically, her direct hit went from 50 to 55, which is a buff, but the explosion damage when you detonate a spark goes from 40 to 35. So what this means is, because a lot of times you could just put a mark on like a character that's 250. I believe that's like Adam Warlock or Adam Warlock Jeff, right? I believe. And then you would ult, right? And you would directly hit somebody with the mark and you would just one-shot them, right? This no longer is the case. You will leave them with no health, but you're not gonna kill them, right? So unless you have like a buff or something, yeah, it says even without damage buff. So if you do have a damage buff, it will kill them, but if you can't just do it on your own anymore. So in my opinion, they should have kept the direct damage at 50 and also reduced the explosion damage to 35 because now she's very closely resembling Hela, because that's all Hela does. Hela is all direct damage, and Phoenix is now becoming ever more Hela 2.0, I guess, right? So that's that. Spider-Man, his ultimate now does a total of damage from 408 to 450. So yeah, there's that. Squirrel Girl reduced the cooldown Mammal Bond from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. I believe that is oh my god. Okay, so I believe that is I think that's her stun, right? Is that her stun? Mammal, right? Reloads, oh wait, no, this is the one that reloads your acorn and your bounce ability. Yeah, okay. So this is the one that reduces your cooldown. So okay, so it went from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Okay, not bad. Star-Lord got ammo capacity from 40 to 50. This is honestly kind of stupid. Increase the ammo capacity of elemental guns from 40 to 50. This is low-key gonna make Star-Lord very powerful. You'll be able to hold down the button much longer, and you're gonna be doing much more damage. So yeah, I'm really nervous about this one. We're gonna start seeing a lot more Star-Lords. This is I'm very worried about this. In my honest opinion, this is probably, I know I said Phoenix is probably the most impactful one, but this one is low-key like right there, if not above Phoenix. Like this is gonna change Star-Lord. You're gonna start seeing Star-Lords a lot more often, just because you'll be able to hold down the button just a little longer, just long enough to Star-Lord to actually kill. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Wolverine, so his healing factor, his passive where you don't die, the cooldowns got reduced significantly from 105 to 90, so that's pretty good. And strategist, okay, so basically they nerfed Invis's her push distance got nerfed from 12 meters to 10 meters, and the damage went from 55 to 50. So a damage nerf and a range nerf. Loki, they basically increased his healing by 10% and reduced his damage by 10%, and then his ultimate got nerfed, so you won't be able to use his ult. It's a slight nerf, but a nerf is a nerf. So there you go. It's a 200 point ultimate nerf there. Mantis is interesting. They nerfed her damage boost from 12% to 8%. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 4% damage nerf, but now provides a 100 movement speed boost to allies. They said that they basically said like Ultron like can kind of do what she does but better in a sense, so they wanted to give Mantis kind of like that somewhat they wanted her to kind of have that same like thing going on where you can like buff not just the damage but also you can buff the movement speed. So in a way, in my opinion, this is kind of a nerf to Mantis overall, because even though you are getting the movement speed boost, I will say that going from 12 to 8% damage boost is significant enough to make it more of a nerf than getting 100 movement speed. Unless this 100 movement speed boost is like given to someone like a Daredevil ult, right? Like a Daredevil, maybe a Black Cat, right? Someone who's constantly moving around, you know, maybe Devil Dinosaur. That's gonna be interesting, right? That's gonna be pretty interesting. So there's that. Mantis. Rocket is getting a crap load of buffs. Basically, his bombard mode hit damage projectile went from 16 to 17, and his repair mode charges went from 8 to 10. They reduced his ultimate, so they buffed it basically, so you now went from 4,300 to 4,000, so that's pretty good for Rocket players. GG. White Fox, they basically increased the healing on her aura from her Fox form awakening from 25 to 35 health a second. They reduced the burst healing generated by each successful attack during Fox form awakening from 35 to 25. And it says here, we observed that White Fox's healing output in Fox form awakening state was too high when continuously attacking enemies, but too low when unable to maintain targets. So this will slightly lower her intense burst healing when spamming attacks, but significantly boosts her passive healing aura when no targets are available. So there you go. They made her less effective when you're in the fight, but more effective you know, as like in general, like the AoE that she has. And then they increased the blessed by the 9 healing to allies during Kumiho Unleashed from 40 healing a second to 6. So that's a White Fox buff again, so congrats. And then the team up ability, the Iced Out Diamond spell, which is the Luna and Emma team up, they increased the barrier placement distance to match the 12-meter radius. So yeah, it went from 9 to 12. And then of course we got the new Primal Punishment Devil Dinosaur. Devil Dinosaur gains 100 bonus health. Again, I will always say this, please stop. Just get rid of seasonal bonuses. It is a cancer. It is confusing. It's annoying. Just get rid of this, please, and thank you. And then Punisher can just ride on Devil Dinosaur and get damage reduction. So there's that, guys. That's pretty much it for season 8. It's looking balance wise, it's looking kind of shit. No Daredevil nerfs, no Cloak and Dagger nerfs, no Gambit nerfs, no Blade buffs, no Widow buffs, no Wanda buffs, no yeah, I don't know, man. This is like all these characters that got a buff or whatever, like it was so minor. The only one that kind of is worth talking about is Rocket. maybe White Fox, and Star-Lord, Phoenix, and maybe Emma a little bit. Deadpool got right. It's not that crazy. Like, the bands are still gonna be the same. Basically what I'm trying to say. The bands are going to be the same no matter what. So there you go. But at least the character looks cool. If I was a betting man, which I am, I do tend to believe that they will probably, because it's not just me complaining about this, like a lot of people even on Twitter are complaining about it. So I believe, I'm willing to bet that they just might do more with the nerfs and buffs before the update drops. So let's hope and see. But so far, this is like a 3 out of 10 in my opinion. Like in terms of patch, like balance patch, this is like a 3 out of 10. This is very like, who cares? Like we're still banning the same characters type shit. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy, please make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe.